Special Envoy Witkoff's visit to Gaza?
I can't tell you the timeline. It was not sudden in that sense. We've mentioned before, for those of you new to the room, is that while there's a pledge, which was important to note, there's still vetting that has to happen, right? Benchmarks have to be met. Dynamics that we look at, because part of the point of the Trump administration is, how is the money being spent? Is it being spent well? What is it accomplishing? Those benchmarks were in play here. So that started at the beginning. And what I can tell you right now at this moment, without telling you about a space of time, that's what we have dispersed.
And just one quickly, thank you for that. And one quickly on ready-to-use therapeutic food, which is also known as RUTF. As you know, that's the food that is specialized and used to treat malnourished children. Your deputy, Tommy, had mentioned that the US is giving some $93 million to helping supply that therapeutic food to African countries and Haiti. He mentioned that last week. Is the US government doing anything to help the likes of UNICEF and or other aid organizations get more RUTF food into Gaza? Like UNICEF had said that RUTF food, their supplies of it are about to run out in Gaza. We've not been able to get an answer from the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation as to whether they even distribute that food for children who need it most in Gaza.
Well, I think the evidence of our structure working and having awards be distributed and announced for, in this case, a particular region, that 93 million, tells you that we are working on those aspects. As I mentioned when we first started the reform regarding our foreign aid, that we weren't getting out of the business of helping. That is at our core as Americans in this country. It's a matter of the efficiency of it and the value of it if it's getting to the people on the ground who need it. We've had problems with how much, when you have an award, actually gets to the people who need it. What is the percentage of that at the local area? So while I won't go into the details, of course, I think you know I won't, about other awards that are discussed or what discussions are being had with NGOs or any other nonprofits that are involved. The fact of the matter is this is a part of what matters to the State Department. And as you know, we've had that one description of that one package of aid. And with everything happening in Gaza and our commitment to it, I look forward to seeing how else we're expanding our assistance there. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. On Gaza, Israel has been blocking foreign reporters from entering Gaza unless they are under Israeli military escort. Does the U.S. press Israel to allow foreign journalists, including American journalists, by the way, to enter Gaza?
Well, we're of course leaving that to the government of Israel. We are not going to tell them what to do or inform them how to handle the decisions they've made. Just as, again, a reminder that it is a war zone, and countries are going to make decisions about who they allow in and who they don't, and that's up to Israel.
And on the killing of Al Jazeera journalists came as Israel openly prepares to occupy Gaza City. Has the Trump administration given the Israeli government a green light for this widely condemned plan? Do you support or oppose?
Well, I would say you should contact the White House regarding their posture and what the president has said or not said in that regard. All right, yes, at the end there.
On the human rights report and then on Gaza. What would you, without getting into the specific reports for specific countries, what do you say to the perception that some of the watered down reports appear to be for countries that have worked closely with the Trump administration?
Well, I think that obviously President Trump is someone who's been working with a lot of countries. He's a man who's very active, as is the secretary. I would ask that people view this as an indication of our point of view in general, that there's no country that is singled out for condemnation or singled out for praise. It's the nature of the consistency of how our diplomats, how President Trump and Secretary Rubio view the nature of what's happening in those countries. It does look different. It is a different approach. Philosophically, the American people voted in an approach that Donald Trump had described to them, and this happens again with every administration during the transition year when it comes to what matters to them and how they're going to project their own point of view while also still making sure that Americans see the nature of what's happening around the world, because it's an important issue. And obviously, again, through our actions, I think we've demonstrated more than perhaps the previous administration with their giant reports. We've demonstrated very clearly President Trump's commitment to a world of peace and a humanitarian future where everyone can enjoy and look forward to the future.
Two more quick questions. The secretary, when he was
I'll
a
take
senator,
one more, and then
sure.
we'll move on.
When he was a senator, he said in 2017 that for the first time in a long time, the report would not be presented by the Secretary of State, and he says, I hope they reconsider. Why isn't he now, as Secretary of State, presenting the report to us today?
Well, I think what I've discussed here in general is that he cares about this issue. We've seen him in his Senate career and even his career in Florida, and now as Secretary of State, committed to human rights every day. I think that certainly next year's report is going to be a much more distinctive and clear framework of what matters to the Trump administration. But when it comes to the kind of rollout or the nature of how we're presenting it, I'm here at the podium discussing it with you. It is released to the American public. It was released to what's known, for friends watching at home, our bullpen, which are reporters who cover state and work from this building, attached to a variety of different platforms in the country and around the world. So I think that Secretary Rubio's approach, his work, speaks for itself when it comes to his personal commitment to these issues.
Can I ask one on Gaza quickly?
No, we are gonna move on, and let's go to Eric, and then I do have a statement I want to make. This is my last briefing, and I appreciate all of you being so interested in all the issues. Eric.
Yes, thank you, Tammy, for the question. Wanted to ask not to remove any suspense from your statement at the end of the briefing, but in terms
Will
of
be. Keep going.
the U.S. view on the United Nations, the role of the United Nations, we just last week passed the 180-day mark for the U.S. review of participation in international institutions. Mm-hmm. I assume that the announcement that you have for the end of the briefing will make clear that the U.S. is not at this moment withdrawing from the United Nations. What is the argument or the view for that the U.S. is putting forward at this point in the United Nations, in an America First world, the importance of the United Nations and the U.S. participation in it?
Well, I'm not going to speak directly to reports that have not been released regarding the review of international organizations from the State Department. But what I can tell you, and I think it is clear, is the President cares about NATO, he cares about the UN. He wants them to be as good as they can be. He wants NATO, as an example, to be the deterrent that it was meant to be. And you can only be a deterrent when you can respond to threats, as opposed to being an entity that gets involved in wars or helps people in wars. And that's, I think, the nature of what the President is focused on, about making America great again, the potential of this country. It's not a slogan. It's an action plan. And that's what he sees, the world, his commitment to the world, what he's doing on Friday, his commitment of his cabinet, of the secretary. It's clear what they care about. The United Nations is a part of that. And I'm honored to be mentioned in that context. But I have to say that the President's approach has been very clear about his caring for the country and how the world operates, and wanting everything to be the best it can be. And that is what his administration, I think, will stand for. If I could ask for that little end that I'm going to, there it is. We're going to close. We've been up here for almost an hour now. I have a few things to say, which involve all of you to some degree. Put down the hands. There we go. We're good. So you have no doubt seen President Trump's Truth Social post announcing his intention to nominate me as his deputy ambassador at the United Nations. His intention was a surprise, as was his request last Christmas asking me to become the spokesperson at the State Department. I was astounded then and remain deeply honored and grateful for the President's trust in me. This is especially moving as it allows me to continue serving the State Department, to which I'm now quite attached. I think that's maybe obvious to some of you, and our great country on the global stage at the United Nations. During my first press briefing, I promised you and the American people that my commitment would be always to speak directly and clearly about President Trump's America First foreign policy agenda and its implementation by Secretary of State Marco Rubio. With the help of the extraordinary men and women who serve the State Department, my team and I worked every day with that promise in mind, and it is a commitment that will continue to inform all of my work. As this remarkable chapter in my life continues, I want to take a moment to thank all of you in the bullpen and also in this room in general for your camaraderie, your banter, your professionalism, and yes, even the occasional haranguing, which normally is from the bullpen. Yes, I'm looking at you, Daphne. You've kept me sharp, grounded, and on more than a few occasions laughing. The relationship between the spokesperson and the press is a unique one, and I'm grateful that I know all of you. I also want to thank Secretary Rubio for his faith in me and people I have mentioned often during these briefings, the men and women of the State Department. From day one, your expertise and deep sense of mission have shaped the way we engage the American people and the world. With your help, we made the daily press briefings relatable, enhancing transparency and giving the American people the foreign policy news and insight they deserve. In just 200 days, we've conducted over 200 interviews, provided daily press briefings every week, managed countless major announcements, and delivered department-breaking news, sometimes right in this room, in real time. This success is a testament to your coordination, skill, and strategic work, and unshakable commitment to excellence. Foreign service officers, career officers, civil servants, and political appointees working together for this nation. I look forward to continuing to serve with you as well as support you from New York and beyond. Thank you, everyone. That's it for today. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And you get Tommy on Thursday. I'll be here for this week, but this is it. Thank you, everyone. It's been an honor and a pleasure.